Another year, another Minecraft mob vote. I will say, this year looked promising, with 3 new mobs that have similar theme and also being useful. Well, at least most of them. The first mob revealed this year was the crab, a small blue crab that resides on the mangrove biome, making this another reason to go to this biome. It waves at players and has a giant meaty claw, even that when dropped seems to extend the player's reach for building. An excellent pick for any builder. The second mob being the armadillo, another semi-small mob that will run through the warmer biomes of Minecraft. Just like the Minecraft reveal video, it said it will be in the savanna biome, which is another biome that needs more activity because right now, pretty empty if you ask me. This mob, when spooked, can roll into a blocky ball, offers scalps that can be then made into armor for our furry friends the wolf, giving it some protection. Wink wink. Mob 3 is the dolphin. Oh, I meant the penguin. A mob that is clumsy on land but a great swimmer. It offers the players the ability to make boats faster. They are found in the stony shore biomes. Yeah, that's it. Not much from this mob. These were our 3 mobs for this year. So what can go wrong? Well, apparently plenty can happen. As you know, this year there was the Minecraft Revolution. This thing was all over the internet. A boycott against Mojang themselves. The Minecraft community versus Mojang on the premise that the gaming studio was lazy. Could they not just add 3 simple mobs? Mojang, what are you doing? Do you guys even work? A whole year just to add 1 mob and a couple useless features? This was outrageous. The community felt these feelings of harshness against Mojang. As tensions rose, so did the number of players claiming that Mojang was lazy and not giving enough to its players. So, was the community right about this? Do they have a point, or were they just entitled? And Mojang may just be so busy on the current game. So, I feel it's more complicated than that. Do I think a lot of people are being quite rude? Yes. Is the game designing process of Minecraft hard? Yes. Do I think Mojang can do better? Yes, definitely. I mean, it's just 3 mobs. Sure, there are systems, like I've said before, and processes the dev team at Mojang must go through. Ideas need to go through so many teams and need to be approved, designed, programmed, fixed, checked, etc. There are many steps that could take loads of time, so don't get me wrong when I say that I think Mojang may have lots on their plate when developing these new ideas into the game, as well as maintain current ones. Someone named Jack Solwell commented on the Mojang's team's laziness for not adding all 3 mobs, stating, "Do y'all work like 2-hour shifts or something? What is it so intricate and hard about making a crab and that just gives extra reach? We work 8-hour shifts, thanks. Let's see, for any given feature, this is the things we do. Iterate on the design to make sure it fits holistically in the full game. Make prototypes that validate the design, and let's see if it's actually fun. Rewrite the feature as a production code in Java and Bedrock engines. These are 2 different engines with 2 different programming languages, Java and C++. Meaning there are many things that are not easy to do one-to-one ports. This means developing the feature twice, requiring twice the amount of work any mod would have to do by default. Make sure it fits on all platforms, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and mobile devices respectively. Making sure that it is performant on all platforms and is not causing any regressions on any of them. Absolutely be sure that the code we are writing is clean, readable, and will pass quality threshold for getting merged into the code base without making our future self suffer. I felt that. get tech approval and sign off on the feature developed to the standards we are happy with, and sit through feedback from the community on the feature. Iterate on the design based on the feedback and re-implement those changes twice on each platform. Go through all newly tracked bugs that come in and fix them until the feature is a quality that is not only expected of us, but acceptable based on our own. And that is one small slice of what it means to actually work on the feature in the game. I will not be able to give a real picture of what it's like on Twitter because it's a big process. Working on games is hard. And people unfortunately don't get a good insight to what it's like without having to without working in the industry themselves. Hope this gives a small insight. This is like a day's work of work at most. Lol, dude, have you worked on games before in the industry? Where are you getting this information? It's like a day's work? Yeah, I don't know about being day's work, man. But what I do know is that even some mod devs have come out to state that the designs that Minecraft make that fit with the rest of the game are harder to make than most people assume. It's not as quick. Most mod devs make their own designs, prototypes and things, and don't have to get approval or anything. Keep in mind, they're on their own. They don't have to respond to the company itself. So maybe sure they can make it in 1 week, but it won't give the same holistic idea of Minecraft. As well as, some mods even leave bugs in and plenty of other things like that. Even the features that they add sometimes just go around in a loop with the same mod and not holistically with the whole game. Like certain features, like I don't know, an item only works with the mod itself and not with the rest of the game. So don't get me wrong, I think that what King B Dog said, I can understand his point of view and understandable. He might be right on that case. It's pretty understandable. However, while Minecraft devs talk about working on the core game over having to waste time adding 2 mobs that aren't as popular, I have to ask, where is my parody update, Mojang? Where is my inventory update? Because right now, I see many in-game issues that aren't even being worked on. Instead, you know what? Let's just add some wood types and some minor features. I don't feel a focus on the core game. So when they say we prefer to work on the core game instead of adding 2 mobs, and I see none of that, it's conflicting. I mean, when you're talking about iterating the design, I would have hoped you would have done the same for the Phantom. We'll talk about that another day. I don't think it's all their fault though. But I wish the systems would be improved. It doesn't make sense that a company like Mojang, that has in possession one of, if not the biggest game on the planet, while having Microsoft as their financial backbone, how do they not have more features for us? How are they not able to do more? Working on things like the combat of the game, inventory problems, parity, and new innovations. I did like what I saw for 1.21 and what it seems to be bringing. Perfect example, the trial chambers. Oof, what a great addition to the game. Having a potential to be one of the best structures today. Bringing things like the new spawners. Ooh, best thing they could have added for multiplayer. Multiple people trying to fight a dungeon with each room being generated differently every time. I love the new additions that they're bringing. But again, I hope for more, and I wait because I know it was a sneak peek, but I hope it's not just this. Getting back on track. The mob vote, what are my thoughts on it? It's garbage. Simple. By the way it's handled though, I'm not the first and won't be the last to say that the mob vote doesn't work. Yes, it brings quick hype, short-term gain, I guess, for the Minecraft Live and details of the new update. Yes, it brings the community closer for a second. Yet, for a second, like I said, because the minute the mob vote begins, it's just chaos. We have seen this in the previous years, how it just ends up dividing the community in half on which mob is better, and when the event should be uniting players. not separating them. So what do? Do we get rid of it and off we go? No. I believe the mob vote can actually be good. If and only if things were changed. I know they have adapted slightly to the last mob votes, but I think we have better solutions. I've even read some online. The mob vote can function like the biome votes, where if the ones that lose don't get thrown into non-existence, but instead are used in the next update. Wait, BG Sire. Oh yes, I hear what you're saying, I hear ya. But didn't Mojang said that this is how they do things? Well, besides the biomes, the mobs have yet to appear again, as either an option or for the next update. Don't you bring up the frog, that was part of the biome, not a mob vote. They keep saying that it's when the time is right, but I think there's a better way to implement this. The loser mobs can be thrown in by sequence of popularity. Example, if the ally won, after it gets added, the copper golem gets added. Or maybe reinvent the mobs that lost and make adjustments so that people might like them if you make them better. Another thing I think they should add to these mob votes is more information. Oh, I will say this. I will be the first to say this. I voted for the sniffer last year, and I will be the first to say this mob is absolute hot garbage. Like, imagine hearing about this extinct dinosaur that can be revived by deep searches through the sea or through these new structures. Finally finding it just for it to hatch and just smell farts all around on the grass and find some seeds that are just completely useless. Besides, if you want some crappy looking flowers, because I'm sorry, but the flower designs just don't fit Minecraft in my opinion. They don't interest me. Maybe if you like them, then good for you. Honestly, I don't take away from it then for you, but for me, oh god, if I knew the end product was this, I would have picked something else. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That rascal was way more interesting in the end. And the sniffer works so complicated for finding seeds as well. You can't have him in one location. You have to leave him in an open area or make this weird, complicated farm that doesn't even make sense so that it can give you seeds that are only useful for decorations. Keep in mind, you can't even replicate them yourselves. You just need to keep letting the sniffer search for them. That's the only way. So personally, I don't like them and they don't fit in the game. So what do I think they should do? They should give us more information on specific things. Yes, this year they gave us more information, but it was minimal things. I would have liked certain specific things, like, oh, for the crab, by how much does the crab's claw increase the player's reach? Because if it's just 1 or 2 blocks, it's pretty useless. But if it's like 5, or I don't know, just like 5, yeah, 5, that would be amazing. Another thing is they said build but never mentioned break, and I feel, because I know how Mojang works, that when they specify something like build and they don't say break, they just mean build. So let's say I accidentally put something farther away, now I have to get closer to break it, so what's the point of that? The armadillo armor, for example, we don't know how many armor points does it give. Is it dyeable? Any customizations? Nada, we don't know. The penguin, how does it increase the boat speed? Oh my god, this is probably the one that sounds the most confusing, because it sounds like the dolphin, yet I don't know if it's when the player is nearby, it gives a boat an effect, or I don't know, there's no specifics to it, so it's so confusing. You have to go with like the vibe, your idea of what you think it is. There is no way to actually know what it will be. And I think the concepts are great, but how they are applied, I don't want to be disappointed with. Look what happened with the sniffer, the phantom. Either way, now we know the armadillo has won, so we have to see how it will be applied in the game. Now, besides that, we have news about the players who apparently may have influence on the vote. No, not like that. There seems to be players who claim to have used some loops on the programming, on the vote system to be able to sabotage the Minecraft mob vote, which would be big news, since there is evidence pointing towards there being something at play, some foul play. The Mr. Epic made a video on this, and I recommend you guys watch it. Honestly, it goes more into detail than I will go into, but just as he thinks, I believe that at least some of the bots used to rig the vote did go through. It may have impacted the mob vote in the end. It's possible that Mojang knows but wants to avoid speaking on it in order to not cause problems with the community, since it's already had backlash. So bringing more to it would just be throwing coal into the fire and feeding the fire even more of, oh, Mojang is lazy, they couldn't even fix the code, now they were able to hack the mob vote and sabotage it again. And you would have both sides arguing like, oh, we want a recast on the votes, and then you would have the people who already want the armadillo be like, oh, but we might lose the armadillo and we want the armadillo. So I believe it was a simple mistake, but they need to be careful for the future. We've only had one dev speak on it on a Discord server apparently. I'm not too sure into the details, but nothing public yet. But the point is, we don't want any more broken votes like someone did Dream. In conclusion, I think we have many who have been harsh on the Mojang team. There is a reason for it. I'm not saying spread hate, but the reason for it is there, and many have brought it up. I love Minecraft and the Mojang team, but they need to step up on the priorities, because the mob vote right now is no bueno as long as they keep it the same. So change it up. I hope you enjoyed the vid. Drop a like if you like the content. Let me know what you think about the whole Mojang situation in the comments. This has been BG Sire, signing off till the next vid. Peace out.